Khamzat Chimaev, a name that instills fear in every opponent he faces. This UFC phenom came out lurking under the radar, but is now a force that nobody can hide from.
We have absolutely no point of comparison when it comes to Khamzat Chimaev. He starts walking out, dude. The sports fan in me, I'm effectively freaking out.
Is this the boogeyman of the UFC right now?
From his sinister smile to his unwavering aggression, Chimaev is looking to cement himself as one of the greats, and he's willing to eat anything that comes along his way. From watching the UFC back home during his night shifts to becoming the most unprecedented force in the middleweight, this is the story of Khamzat. Khamzat Chimaev was born on May 1st, 1994 to a Chechen family. He was born in this war-torn region where survival was a daily task. But despite being left in this tragic scenario as a kid, Khamzat would use these hurdles to become the threat that he is today. Khamzat soon began wrestling by the age of 5, and this started the love and passion for the sport of wrestling. By the age of 18, Chimaev's life took a dramatic turn when he and his family moved to Sweden for better opportunities. In Sweden, Chimaev worked various jobs while pursuing wrestling and transitioning into MMA. During one of Chimaev's night shifts, he had a 15-minute break where he'd watch Aldo vs McGregor in the main event. Chimaev quoted that, "Why can't I do it? I'm a fighter, I'm a warrior, and I have something special inside me." These were what was going on in Khamzat's head at the young age of 18. By the age of 23, he started training at All Stars Training Center in Stockholm, Sweden. He was a late bloomer to the sport, but his uncanny drive never steered away. Between September of 2017 and April of 2018, Chimaev had 3 amateur MMA fights. The first was against a fighter named Khalid Lalam, whom he defeated by submission in the second round, and he won his following 2 amateur fights, one by submission and one by technical knockout, completing his amateur career with a perfect 3-0, which all didn't need any judge intervention. Khamzat himself and his trainers quickly realized the potential of this young, hungry man, and they knew that they needed something bigger, something to leave a mark and catch the attention of others. He soon signed with the Brave Combat Federation, and he was set to face Sidney Wheeler on short notice on December 22nd of 2018. And in his biggest fight of his career yet, he won in a staggering fashion, and he knocked him out in the first 35 seconds in the first round. He'd eventually fight 2 more times, and neither fights went the distance, and he'd secure a perfect record of 6-0 in the Combat Federation. All doubts were gone away. The world quickly took notice of this talent, and namely, the UFC saw this man and saw someone with drive, passion, and ambition. The UFC signed this man in 2020, and he would not let Dana White down. Everyone in the middleweight division had him on their radar in the blind spot of their mirrors. Khamzat's eyes were on something big. He wanted that payday, and the UFC presented him with arguably the greatest middleweight to ever do it, in Kamaru Usman. The fight occurred on UFC 294 under the headline of Makhachev vs Volk 2. Khamzat came out pouncing to start the round. He'd take control of Kamaru's back, and he almost found himself with a rear naked choke in the first round. In the third round of this fight, Khamzat would continue his looming aggression and once again took Kamaru down. He started piecing up Kamaru on the canvas, and he landed a nasty body kick to take him over the edge and win this by majority decision. Khamzat completely dominated the best middleweight to ever do it. His eyes, though, were still on becoming middleweight champ of the world, and that drive you can't take away from. He would knock out anyone in the way getting in between him and the championship, and the next opponent for him was Robert Whittaker, who was fresh off an impressive win against Ikram Alaskarov and Paulo Costa. Whittaker was once 2 UFC champ, and his ambition at this point was the same as Khamzat's, where they want to be at the top. Both men looked to be in the best shapes of their careers, and everyone knew the significance of this fight. The winner would likely go on to face the UFC middleweight champ Dricus du Plessis. But what Khamzat did in this fight should be illegal. Khamzat in the first round of this fight submitted Robert Whittaker, and after further details after the fight, we found that Robert's jaw was completely out of place. Khamzat did not just beat, he punished a mean-looking Whittaker in that ring, and to do it in the fashion that he did in the first round, no one can deny this man from a UFC middleweight title. His record sits at 14-0 with 6 knockouts and 6 submissions. The trajectory of this phenom is unprecedented, and with what we've seen so far defeating all-time greats, who knows what we can see next from Chimaev. But one thing is clear, Dricus du Plessis must have the toughest training camp ahead of him, because for Chimaev, it looks like he's just starting. If you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to like and subscribe. I make all kinds of MMA stories like these, so if you like the video, be sure to like and comment. I love all you guys. Peace.